Hello, my dear Randy, and welcome to your spiritual and earthly gifts reading. So, first and foremost, I don't know if we went over this in your chart before, but you're very top heavy. Yes, that's a good thing on charts too, because it makes it very clear what your mission is. So, we've done a couple readings now, and you get an idea that this is all about frequencies and energies and these lines and drawings and things like that. They're more meant to be thought of as like static, like everything runs together, right? So on this chart today, I'm going to explain how your static receives messages, how your radio receives messages to you, which are essentially your earthly and your spiritual gifts. So as I guess, a refresher, you're on the path of stability, finding yourself, going from chaos to peace, essentially, right? By yourself to in a marriage, right? It's at sort of the guide point, which is strange. You should sort of end up in between in a way when you're in a marriage, but a marriage that is like completely transformational, um, in a way that you sort of turn it into the person that you're meant to be on this journey, right? You have one of the heftiest 12 house I've ever seen in a reading, which means that a lot of your stuff is karmic and that a lot of your things are channeled through you. So what I'm going to mean by that is you see this 12th house starts right here in Aries. Aries is the energy of self, who you are as a person. So naturally, you're just going to be a tuner. This gives you very heavy Pisces energy since the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. This is the asteroid palace of your unique genius, the way your mind works. The secret things that come through you are channels, messages meant for you to write down. And that's going to be a consistent thing because this is just who you are in yourself. And especially when you get angry or really passionate about something, right? Your sun is in the 12th house. This means at some point you used to be a warrior or a fighter or somebody who was violent of some sort, maybe even somebody who was into taking over people's land. But that is in the 12th house now because that's being what's the word? Reconstructed, right? So now you might have some issues balancing your anger, but understand that your fire, when it comes in, the things that you're passionate about are on behalf of other people, because this is the energy of the collective, and not just the collective, like people walking around consciously, the collective unconscious. So you're dealing with rage on behalf of other people too, right? This Lilith in Taurus, this is your first time really craving earthly things, really craving stability. This was not necessarily what you wanted before. It was more of conquest, just as a way to sort of solidify who you felt like you were. You have just spent a lot of time really defining who you are through different energies. Your part of fortune is in Taurus in the 12th house too, which means that sort of kind of when you're good to yourself, when you balance yourself with the way that you care for other people, because you tend to put yourself in sort of chaotic situations since you know how to get out of them, that's where you'll receive like a little sprinkle of luck. Now, your Venus is also in 12th. This is the way that you earn money. And this is connected to the fact that you used to pillage stuff here. So the way that you earn money will come through the things that you channel, whether it be in art, because I know we recently discussed maybe some artistry, maybe some spiritual work also, correct? But that's completely separate from these things that you do right here, just for your own peace. You earn money inadvertently when you do things that allow you to channel out the things that are coming through you, the things that have helped you find peace within yourself, because it appears that there is a certain way of healing yourself that's important. And I see that because this Virgo in fifth, there's a wound that you had to overcome in regards to the way that you possibly overthink or the way that you might analyze things that sort of slows you down. That is the main thing slowing you down here, because the rest of this chart has you routed for you doing something big out in this world, right? So your gifts, the healing is a natural thing you have to overcome that is for other people to overcome. So just blurt your head off. Don't let that hold you back. Any concerns you have about being yourself come from other lives where you were sort of abrasive, right? This Scorpio energy, where your Jupiter is, your expansion is in every time you learn how to overcome a difficult subject, particularly in regards to your relationships, but as a general in your day-to-day life, you are having to deal with being the chameleon. Um, by that, I mean the psychologist, the person who is able to read other people's energy, read their body language. Like you'd be really good at picking out creeps as far as you can tell when something's not right. In a day-to-day life. It's also in a more earthly way, gives you the ability to work with the stock market, liquidations, just having a natural sense of the way the tides are turning. And that connects you back to this 12th house energy over here, which connects you to the underflow current, right? The next area you have at your disposal here, I'm going backwards here because your chart is sort of set up in a way that your lower houses are not as important as your top houses, but all of the energies that you have down here are coming out through here. So you belong to a group of spiritual people, and that was held off for you to after 28. You could be artist, actual spiritualist, doing what I'm doing now. And based upon your 10th house, an astrologer or somebody who works for the people in the community is really important, but not so much as important as you connecting your mind, your emotion, your feelings, and all of your drive into connecting to your soul tribe. You were meant to be sharing these things online. It won't only affect what you have locally. It starts at home. You see, your Cancer energy of the empath starts with you using that gift after you learn it, because let me put this transit thing up for you right now. Right now, this is the North Node that's running backwards. You were learning, you just learned everything you sort of kind of needed to know about your gifts, right? And even so, right now, your mind is still absorbing them as we're having this conversation. But you are learning who you are as the teacher, as the person budding from the student. You're also getting an idea of who you are as the empath. You have the natural gift in your communication of channeling and giving out messages that come through you in regards to children or women, anything with care, anything that people need to know in regards to their homes because of this energy that you have as well here. Your spidey senses for the Scorpio will work in your everyday life if you ever work with children or if you're helping heal people, but also in your marriage. Definitely, you'll always be able to know when your partner is up to something. The most important thing is for you to take all this stuff and put it online, because your dispositor, where your 12th house energy, the energy for your channelings is coming through the 9th house. That means your belief system, what you are sharing as a business online because of this Uranus. This Capricorn energy for you right now is under construction through October. As you pull these things together for yourself, this is totally wild because you are moving yourself into a position where you might have a place that is, what's the word? Local and home, using your creativity at home, but everything in your chart puts you out here in the world. You're meant to be sharing it online. This is not just going to be something that you do on a day-to-day basis in a regular way, because it's heavily karmic that you share your gift on a day-to-day basis with people. So to tap into, again, because I saw so many things here, I want to tap in again to your gifts. Empathy as your natural gift, your strongest gift, the one that comes through your voice. You have a natural way to assess people even without looking at them and tell them what they need to hear. Your messages are just going to come straight through you there, right? You're meant to especially use these channelings out in the public world because your moon is up here, putting them online, sharing them with other people especially, right? Your Virgo, which is controlled by Mercury, is right next to that. Your mind and your ability to heal along with your empathy will make you a great conduit for the energies that are definitely needed now for a certain group of people. Your Scorpio energy is to help for those times when you have difficult people who are going through difficult things, and there are certain jarring instances that for some people they might be scared of, but not so much for you because you've been sort of taught to overcome internally difficult things, but definitely based upon what you must have had to deal with karmically in any violent instances that may have come up for you because of this. And this Pisces energy of the collective in your 12th house, that is where you're learning to be a warrior and a bringer of peace through the tribe that you are working with. And you will switch sides as necessary. Trust that these outer planets are guiding you as you embrace your gifts and embark on this business. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Randy.